Morning, everybody. Thank you for tapping back in early today. Today, this morning, I wanted to talk about, how everything has been going, the transition that I made from the States to living here full time. I know we talk about it a lot, but it seems to be what everybody wants to talk about in relationships. Today, things I really want to talk about, man. I wanted to apologize for one to anybody that I might have offended out there with some of the things I might have said, or my take on certain things. I talked to my sister and I was like, yo, do you think I'm judgmental? Because I noticed that some friends are starting to fall off. You know what I mean? Like friends here, people that I met here. Um, like I haven't heard from some of them in a minute, and I think it's because of some of the things that I might have said, these are things that I've said to them too. These are things. These are not things that um, I haven't said to them, or they haven't heard. Know my stance on it. But one of the main things is dating. The dating thing here, like here on the island, a lot of the retirees are around 62. I retired at age 62, so a lot of my friends tend to be 60 and up. So, but a lot of them, well, not a lot of them, but some of them like to date young women, like 20 in their 20s. So, a woman in her 20s here is the same as a woman in her 20s in the States. They're gonna have young thoughts, and they probably want to be with young men, but because of the economic system here, you might get a woman that will date somebody that's 70 years old, like the age of their grandfather. So, I'm like, I be trying to, like, man, that might not necessarily be a good look, uh, for you. But she might be trying to take advantage of you. And if I'm a friend, right, if I say you're my friend, I'm gonna point that out. I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, man, that might not be a good look for you, because she might just be looking for a come up. But I don't even think they care, man. It's like an ego thing. Like, oh man, I got this young girl, so I get to flex to my friends that I'm dating this young girl. But the whole time, the young girl might be selling box on the side. But just the fact that she's a young girl or she's younger, you feel like, damn, I could poke my chest out, man. It's not really a flex, man. Like, you getting taken advantage of. And coming from a social work background, I really, really dislike seeing people being taken advantage of. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. Like my little sister says, I have a hero complex. Like I always want to come save the day, but I don't like people being taken advantage of. So, um, a lot of my friends, well, people that I knew down here, I haven't heard from a lot now. I think I know why. So it's probably because, my little sister told me. She said, I asked, I said, do you think that I'm judgmental? And she was like, I think you can be a little judgmental. So I'm trying to pull back because I'm a big proponent of whatever a man wants to do with his money and his time, he should be allowed to do with his money and his time. Especially if you're coming from the States, it's stressful. I know. I've been there. I've been in that position, and personally, I had to get up out of there myself. So I'm not trying to tell anybody how to spend their money, where to spend their money, um, or how to live their life. Especially getting out of where I came from and the stress of being up there. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to say this is what you have to do, or this is how you have to move around when you're down here in the DR. Or this is how to move, or this is how to operate. Man, move how you want to move. That's you worked hard for it. Be safe, but just be safe. That's the only thing I say. Just be safe. But move how you want to move. Don't let my opinion, um, or the way that I'm moving sway how you live. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to do whatever you do with your money and your time, that's fine, man. I'm not, I'm not here to judge. I don't want to be the judge. I'm just saying I'm not doing that. I'm not dating women that um, work the streets. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I could be cool with them, but you're not my baby. Like you can. I can't live with you. You can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't. That's just not me, man. I wasn't raised in that lifestyle, so I can't do that. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to really get that off my chest and convey that. I'm not judging y'all. I would want, like, the way I was taught and the way I was brought up. You know, a lot of people don't know my dad. I ain't gonna get into that, but the way I was brought up was you should want for your brother what you would want for yourself. So I don't want to see nobody going out because I wouldn't go. I don't know why the video just stopped, but we're gonna just splice them together. It's all good. I got some slight editing skills, but like I was saying, man, I would want for you what I would want for myself. So that's the only reason why I'm like, damn, man, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but whatever. I'm not even tripping. Like, I'm not tripping. But uh, let's talk about because Nev is a Nev on the daily is a she supports the channel and she sent me a message and she was giving me suggestions on things to talk about. And I take all feedback. It's all good. And Nev was like, "Yo, you should talk about the cost of living. You know, your expenses and what you spend while you're down there." Because I see a lot of videos. This is a guy that's in Punta Cana that's blowing up on YouTube, and I think he says things just to get people riled up and get people going. And one of the things that gets people riled up is when he talks about cost of living. He said that you need $4,000 to $5,000 to live in Punta Cana a month. And I wanted to clear up some things about that. Now, I think he just did it to just get, like I said, he did it to just get people riled up. And mainly Dominicans are in his comments because, he is like he kind of, I think he kind of ghosts them with the things that he says. I mean, he's a smart guy. So he has a Dominican wife. So, they fall into the trap every time when he talks about, especially when it comes to the cost of living and what he pays his housekeeper and stuff. And you got a lot of Dominicans in there mad at him because, they look at it as gentrification. And that's what, happens a lot when people that have a lot of money move into a poor area and start overspending for things, and then the market gets inflated. You understand what I'm saying? So like if he comes in, and here's an example, he said he was paying his maid, I don't know, say living maids get, or maids that are there every day at your house get $400 a month. It's the going rate around this area. He came in and was like, yeah, we're giving our maid $600 and plus we're tipping her and we're doing this and we're doing that. So what that does is it makes you know what I mean? So a lot of locals were mad at him. But two things about his video. One, he lives actually in Punta Cana. I live in a borough or a town or a pueblo or whatever you want to call it outside of Punta Cana. Like Punta Cana is small. Like it's really literally just the airport. When you fly into Punta Cana, that little area right there that looks like Florida, that's Punta Cana. And then you go around a circle, like like a little circumvention, and then you go to Verón and Bávaro and Frusa and Cortecito and all those places. Those are like the heart of the area because that's where all the resorts are at. That's where a lot of people live. The majority of people in this area live in those towns outside of Punta Cana. Now, Punta Cana is expensive. Like I said, it looks like Florida. You're not gonna see poor people just lingering around, drinking Presidentes, playing dominoes outside of stores. Not gonna see a lot of Haitians. You are not gonna see up in that area unless they are working construction. Like I haven't seen a group of Haitians in the Punta Cana area. Like I haven't seen like 4 or 5 of them not working, just chilling, hanging out in Punta Cana. You don't see that. Um, what else don't you see in Punta Cana? It's really like people used to criticize it, and I would kind of get offended, like, oh man, what are y'all talking about? But they would really say Punta Cana is not. You Dominicans would say it's no, that's not the real DR. And after living here, I agree. I mean, you're in DR, but it's not. It's not a lot of culture up in that area. There's just a lot of people with money that live in that area. So I agree. You may need to keep up with the Joneses in Punta Cana. You might need a budget of $4,000 if you're renting. Yeah, if you and I think his shit was his YouTube was post was spot on, because if you have a family of 4 and you live in that area, yeah, and you're renting, yeah, you may need $4,000 to $5,000, because if you like me, like I always say, if I had a family, I wouldn't be living in my neighborhood. I probably would be trying to live in like Cocota. I would be living in. I would honestly try to live in Punta Cana if I had a family. If I was raising a child, because you want the best for your child and the best for your family. You want to put your wife and your kids in a safe environment, and you want to give them the best education, have them around the best kids. I wouldn't raise my kids uh, here. I would want to be up there, and I would be working, trying to provide the best situation for my child. But thankfully, my 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 child is grown. I don't have any small children. I don't have a wife, so it's just me, and I can live here. And I like my neighborhood, because in my neighborhood, I'm able to build what I want to build on my property. I don't have any serious HOA costs and nosy people telling me I can't put a pool here, I can't put an apartment on my property. I like I like the freedom of living in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? It's a mixture of expats and Dominicans, and like we have Haitians from the states that own houses out here. I haven't met a Haitian um, that lives here in the Dominican Republic full time that owns a house on my block. I don't know if they don't. I'm quite sure they may be one in my neighborhood, but I haven't. Most of the Haitians that own here, they live in France or they live in the States and they have property here. That makes sense. But it's a mixed neighborhood. You can do what you want to do here. These other neighborhoods that are like Cocotao, that's a nice neighborhood. That's across the street from, it's across the highway from where I live. Very nice neighborhood in this area. You get access to the resort, Malia, that's by there. Nice neighborhood, but the HOA is crazy high, and you can't. Homes, I think the homes in that area are like 350 and up. I seen land for sale for like 100,000 for a lot. So it's a nice area. It's on a golf course. I think I have some drone footage. I'm gonna try to link. I'm gonna try to put the drone footage and start doing that. Put it in the video so you guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about. But Cocotao is nice, but the HOA is high, and if I'm gonna be paying that money, I'm going to the village. I'm going to Punta Cana Village. I'm going to uh, a resort, Punta Cana Resort. I'm going to Cap Cana. If I'm spending anything over $400,000, $300,000, I'm trying to get in Punta Cana. I'm not living in Bávaro. I'm not dropping $400,000 in this area. No, absolutely not. If I got a family, no, no way. But there's great neighborhoods in Bávaro. There's Vista Cana. There's a lot of nice, and they're building a lot of properties now. And downtown is about to explode. Um, so if I was looking to get a house, a condo in the area, I would I would look seriously at downtown, behind Jumbo, and Cocobongo. I would look in that area. Like as far as ROI, or return on my investment, I would look in that area. So what are we trying to stay on track? So we talked about me being judgmental, me apologizing to anybody I offended about you know, just I apologize anybody offended by what I might have said on the show. Um, Relationships and all that. I was going to say I'm not a relationship expert, but I actually do have a graduate degree in social work. And one of my concentrations for 1 year was marriage and the family, so I do understand the family dynamic and relationship. And I can do marriage counseling. Like I'm licensed, so but that was a past life. You know what I mean? But like I said, I apologize if I hurt anybody's feelings or I offended anybody about my commentary on dating Dominican women or dating women, period, on this island. Like I don't Haitian women dating Dominican women. It's a lot of people say, man, why are you still single? You ain't found a good woman yet? No, I haven't. I have not. It's like um, I think what what the thing with me is that all right, I'm in a position to put you number one. Like if I meet a woman right now, um, and she doesn't have any children, or even, I mean, just say she doesn't have any kids, and she can put me number one. Like I'm gonna make sure you good. Like, baby, I'm gonna get up in the morning. I'm gonna cook for us. Uh, we're gonna work out together. We're gonna look at making different moves, financial moves. Just helping me, just being there on my side. Like if I can meet somebody like that with no baggage, cool. Like we can do some things. You know what I'm saying? We can do some great things. Travel, do some shit. But when I'm meeting women and they have children, more than one, two, three, and and you can't put me number one, like like, and I'm putting you and your kids number one, and you putting you guys, because here, simply, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all, fellas. I don't give, I don't care how great you think your man game is or your money long. Um, they're gonna put their family before you. It's just what I noticed, and in my experience, they're gonna put their kids as a woman should. And like, what kind of man would I be to expect a woman to put me before her kids? Like I'm not that kind of guy. So I don't I don't force women to do that, and I really wouldn't want to ask them to do it. But at this point in my life, it's only fair that if I'm putting out 100%, I'm getting 100% back, and I can't give you 100 and you giving me 25. Like, how are you going to be over here cooking and cleaning for me, and you still got to go home, cook and clean at your house, and then you have a job or whatever? And I think that women, when they meet men like me out here, this is another thing. This is another issue. And I was just talking to my homie about my homie Roberto about this. I'm telling white lies. I'm not a lie is a lie. I'm telling lies because when I meet a woman and I say, hey, when they find out that you're not working, or they don't understand investments, they don't understand stocks, they don't understand dividends, they don't understand none of that. They just notice that your black ass is not working, or your white ass, or your red ass, or green, that you're not working, and they are working. Like if they're getting up and going to work every morning, 6 o'clock, 6:30, and you laying in the bed, that relationship is not going to work. In my opinion, mark my words. Like when I don't even think that would work in the States if you were getting up, if your woman's getting up and going to work and you not working. I don't think that they want you to retire on it. It breeds resentment. I've been there, man. It breeds resentment. Like I remember one time with my ex, I was asked her, what's going on? Like, I was in the States. No, was I here in the States? I think I was here. And I was like, yo, what you got going on? She said, well, some of us have to work. I'm like, where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, out of the blue. She's like, some of us. And I knew at that moment, I was like, you know what? It's bothering her that I'm not working right now. So what I do, and the advice that I give any person that's in a retirement or you living off investments or whatever, anybody that's in my position, when you come down here and when you meet a woman, lie to her, man. Tell her you work online. They're gonna lie to you about something. So, tell her you work online, man. Don't tell her that you retired and you're not working. Tell her you. I don't even care if you gotta tell her you sell drugs. Just whatever you got to do. But do not. They don't. They can't fathom them getting up and going to work and you laying in that bed. That really irks. I noticed that irks the women out here. So that's some good advice. Just tell her you work online, man. I've been doing that. I've been fine. But telling women out here that you don't work and they work, even if they selling box, I don't think they want to hear that you're that you're laying in bed doing. And I get up, you know what I'm saying? But it's not a good idea to tell a woman out here you're retired, and she's not, because she's going to expect you to retire her. And this could be within the first 5 months, 6 months if you meet her. You know what I'm saying? You be like, man, what? I just met you. So, that's a tip. And what else are we talking about? So we talked about uh, me being judgmental about people dating women that have a certain profession that sell box. Uh, I'm not here to judge. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. I apologize if I offended you. We spoke about Punta Cana and Bávaro because I live in Bávaro. I don't live in Punta Cana, so there is a difference of living in Punta Cana and the cost of living in Punta Cana. You may need $4,000 to $5,000 to live in that area comfortably. If you're renting a car, if you're renting a house, yeah, you may need $4,000 to $5,000. Where I live, to live in a house like this, as one person like me, living in a house like this, no mortgage, no rent, just electric, food. I'm not gonna put entertainment. Entertainment can up and down. It can be up and down. If I'm dating, if I'm taking a chick out to eat, while I'm taking her out to eat, if I'm going to the beach, whatever, it can be up and down. So we'll leave that for the back end. Electric, where I live. I have a pool. I'm running it now. I'm running a filter early in the morning. On a bad month, where I'm really, really running it hard, pause. Bad month, 8,000 pesos. That's a bad month. Now, 5,700 pesos is $100. So about 150, 165 on a bad month. On a good month, 4,000 pesos maybe. And somebody's watching this in another part of the country, like, oh man, that's expensive. That's crazy expensive. I run my air. I run a lot of electric. I'm gonna pay it because we have a private company out here called Sapem. You heard me talking about Sapem. Sapem was holding me hostage for turning the electric on in my second my unit that I built on the property because I wasn't putting that electric on my house electric. People come visit and run my electric up. I learned that lesson from my neighbor. He was telling me about he Airbnbs his property and people just come and leave the air on. I'm not going to do that. Leave the air on if you want to in the apartment. When you come, you might not have no electric in there. I'm sorry, but so that's the electric. We got electric, food. I don't really eat much. It's hard to cook for one person. Cooking for one person is a nightmare. It's a nightmare because you waste so much food. So I tend to eat out a lot. The plate of the days here are normally 250 pesos, which is about a little under $5. So for $5, you can get like rice and chicken and rice, beans, salad, And a water might cost you 40 pesos, 30 pesos. So for like about 300 pesos, you can feed yourself nicely. And then throughout the day, you can have empanadas, which are like 40 pesos, some places 70 pesos, depending on where you're going. And these, I'm gonna just remind you, 57 pesos is a dollar. So you gauge it off of that. So 40 pesos, you get your empanada, you get your for 100 pesos, you can get your empanada and maybe a natural juice like a lemonade. And those is, just hit those throughout the day. Get your plate of the day. So on a daily average, you can spend like $8 and you'll be nice. You'll be good for the day. $8 a day is good. That's a little high. What are you growling at? My dog is hungry. I gotta feed my dog. Give me like 10 minutes. So, um, on some other food. So, you don't have to spend that, but on a monthly basis, food for me, $250, $300 maybe in food, going out, buying groceries, whatever, $300. So $300 for the food. 150 on a bad day for electric, on a bad month for electric. So 450. We have 450. My HOA fee is $50 a month. It's $500. Um, my internet, I got high speed. I pay I pay for my high speed internet about $45, $50, $550. So $550. No, I pay more than that. It's like 60. So like let's just say $5. We have $500 right now, right? I think so. We said 150 for the electric, 300 for the food, 50 for the HOA, right? So 500. Yeah, that's 500. And where am I on now? We're on get electric, food, HOA. I was just talking about internet. So internet 560. Tell cell phone. Cell phone is about $40. So 600. 600. So my expenses for the month, ladies and gentlemen, owning my home, owning the car, $600. $600 a month is about how much I spend to live here. Versus somebody telling you 4,000, 5,000, and less than 15 miles away from me. They're paying $5,000 a month. For one, I think he's renting and he has children and a wife. So almost 10 times what I'm paying a month in living is what he's paying up there. And it's crazy. And I don't his home, I seen the guy's home, nice neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I don't think his house is a house. I like my house. He may like where he's renting at. But I mean, we both breathe in the same air. I can go where he goes. He can go where I go. Uh, Same restaurants and stuff like that. But I'm only paying $600 a month. That's because I own and I'm single. And you know, that's the cost of living breakdown. I did that for Nev. Nev told me I should do that. Nev, I appreciate the input. Trying to get on some other things that you want. I can't remember. I gotta go back. We're gonna do more videos like this. I gotta go back. Okay, my dog is like, yo, I gotta eat. So thank y'all for tapping back in. We'll go back, edit this up a little bit, load it up. And like I said, thank you guys for the support. Once again, I apologize if I offended anybody talking about relationships with women that work the streets. I personally, I just can't do it, but I don't feel as though I should be out here, or anybody should be out here penis policing. Whatever any man wants to do with his money and time, he should be allowed to do it. It is a free country, free world. I don't know, wherever you want to say. I forget. I know I'm not back in the U.S. My dog is tripping, but thank you guys for tapping back in. And let me give you guys a quick update on the bar, man. Like, let's see. don't know if you can see it. See how we're looking. You know what I mean? I'm using the can as a put the laptop on, but the bar is coming along. Can't wait till it's done. And hopefully we're gonna have to tap in with Troy pool party, and hopefully some of you guys can come and enjoy the festivities. Uh, you might not want to be in a situationship or a relationship if you come to this pool party, because it's going to be an adult pool party. No kids allowed. Nobody under the age of 21. We're going to keep it real safe. All right. But thank you guys for tapping back in, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.